So many of the benefits and that working class tax cuts, they don't kick in until next year. 2026 will be the year of affordability.
You're going to see inflation coming off. You're keeping energy prices low. You've got tax numbers coming in next year. I think rates should be at least 100 basis points lower. That will free up affordability in housing.
The American people, including in New York, especially in New York, are going to see the fruits of that labor next year when there is more money back in their pockets.
President Trump and his administration are working on ways to tackle the country's affordability problem as many Americans continue to feel the effects. Meantime, the president is still blasting the 6 Democrats who urged U.S. troops to disobey illegal orders. Madeline Rivera is live at the White House with the latest. Hi, Maddie.
Good afternoon, Mike. Well, affordability is one of the issues the White House is trying to get ahead of, as Fox News polls show a majority of voters aren't happy with the state of the economy. And the talk of grocery prices is especially sensitive as we head into Thanksgiving. But it's not just grocery prices, Mike. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent admitting this morning the housing sector is struggling and the government shutdown certainly did not help. But he does not think there will be a recession next year.
Okay guys, welcome to the video. This video is going to cover the affordability crisis that we're currently having in America with prices of food and housing and child care and just your daily needs are rising, and what's not rising is wages. So or people that are able to go and get employment. So it's definitely becoming a crisis. People are not really happy about the economy and things that are happening, and it's going to be interesting to see if what they're predicting as far as 2026 being a year where things kind of bounce back and become more affordable within America. Again, this is President Trump's first year in office, so he did inherit a lot of things from the previous administration. But a lot of people are just so quick to blame Trump. So really, it's as they say, it's all Trump's fault. Trump did this, Trump did that. So it'll be interesting to see if he's able to help or assist or put something in place that'll help turn things around. I know he's definitely proposing tax cuts and like no taxes on wages and well, not wages, but OT and like Social Security, things like that. So he's proposing that. He's also, went on his Truth Social account and said, Americans should get a piece of the tariff taxes, and that could equal out to about $2,000 per person. So we'll see if those things actually do come into fruition. They're just kind of proposals and things that's been up in the air. What I do know is that definitely in certain, areas and places, man, the cost of food and the cost of child care and the cost of living is extremely high. And, that's causing people to have to like reconsider a lot of things, and, such as like Thanksgiving and just, their normal daily, how they go about, their business, and, how they go about budgeting for the household. So it's definitely something that we want to keep a close eye on. And I do know that certain places like with certain stores like Walmart are definitely making it a lot more affordable for Thanksgiving in order to like feed your family, because a lot of their items are like $4 or less, like canned goods around 70 cents, depending on where you at. Like stuff like stuffing, it's like $1 and some change, and like turkeys are being priced affordably by pound, and like any like macaroni is like $2 and things like that. Just depends on what you like to serve your family during the holidays, but they're trying to make the traditional or typical items that people normally buy around that time more affordable, so families are able to afford it, which is great for Walmart, and great for the people who do shop there. And let's play the video and get a little bit more information.
I am very confident about 2026 because what we are going to see is the president has done peace deals, tax deals, and trade deals, but one big, beautiful bill.
Clearly, high prices affect everybody, and it's one of the areas where the president and New York City Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani found common ground, shocking a lot of people with a friendly exchange at the White House on Friday.
I found in the meeting that I had with the president a productive one, and a meeting that came back again and again to the central themes of the campaign that we ran: the cost of housing, the cost of childcare, the cost of groceries, the cost of utilities. And it showed that this is an opportunity to now start to deliver so that people can do more than just aspire to struggle in New York City, but actually to be able to live there.
Affordability is not the only thing the president is talking about. In another Truth Social post, the president says Democrats who urge the military to refuse illegal orders should be in jail, accusing them of sedition at the highest level. Michigan Senator Elisa Slotkin was one of those lawmakers. She received a bomb threat on Friday. Police later said no one was in danger.
This is a tool of fear. He's trying to get us to shut up because he doesn't want to be talking about this. And in fact, I would argue that one of the things that he's been doing by repeating it and talking about it is trying to distract us from the big stories of last week, which were the Epstein files and then the economy.
I mean, people care about those Epstein files, but I'm starting to see it as more of a distraction than something that, people, you know, I'm starting to see it more of a distraction than anything. The economy is number one. Affordability is number one. And again, this is a lot of this um, issue is, an economy that was inherited. So we'll have to at least give it another year, unfortunately, to see what's going to happen and if things can be turned around, if companies start back hiring, and maybe we might get a boost in wages. Who knows? But we'll have to really give it like another year, like another half a year or so, in order to really see if the economy really turns around. But yeah, so the whole Epstein files thing, we already know how that vote kind of moved very, very quickly. But again, you don't want to be distracted with stuff like that. There's, of course, we want the victims to get their justice and for all of their stories and things like that to be, brought to light as far as what they went through. But we want to make sure that Americans are able to afford the cost of living here in this country. So let's hear what else this has to say.
Now, Slotkin says she's not aware of the president issuing illegal orders, but she says the administration may be taking on, quote, legal gymnastics, especially when it comes to what they're doing off the coast of Venezuela with those strikes on alleged drug boats, Mike.
Madeline Rivera, live at the White House. Thanks very much. For more on this, let's bring in Missouri Republican Congressman Mark Alford, member of the Small Business Committee, Appropriations Committee, and chairman of the Subcommittee on Oversight, Investigations, and Regulations. Congressman, welcome.
Thank you. Good to be with you, Mike.
So all this discussion about affordability, we had the U.S. Trade Rep Jamison Greer talking about it today. I want to play him, and I'll get you to weigh in.
Okay.
First of all, the tariffs are on, foreign goods made by foreign workers from foreign countries. So it makes sense that we assess a tariff on those and that American families can benefit from that. So working with Congress or others, this is real money that's coming in. We need to decide what to do with that. The $2,000, that's one option the president's been very, eager to discuss and explore. I'm not too worried about inflation, right? This is not some kind of ongoing new welfare program or something like that that would exacerbate any inflation. If it's a one-time check or something like that, I think American families would probably welcome that, but I don't think it would change the overall macroeconomic picture.
Okay, so just kind of getting a few pieces of content here, and you heard from the Treasury Secretary and these guys here that work heavily within roles, and their whole job is to kind of research and know the forecast of where the economy is going. And of course, a lot of families would definitely welcome in $2,000 checks from those tariff taxes. And as he was saying, a lot of the goods that come into America are not American made. They're made in foreign countries by, foreign workers. And, now President Trump is putting a tax on those things so that Americans can, um, somehow get a piece of the pie. We'll see how, that money is distributed or what that money is used for. And also, they brought into question the operations out in Venezuela, which those operations are, supposedly, as they say, supposed to be to stop the illegal flow of drugs into our country. So, it's a lot of questions and a lot of things that, a lot of answers that we do need. And unfortunately, we'll have to wait and see how things go with this just being the first year of this administration. But we'll keep our eyes and ears very open and close to these updates, and try to provide reaction videos when we can about this subject. Again, if you like my content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. This is Justin Paul. Peace.